Collecting your ideas and putting them into your trusted productivity system is the key to implementing Getting Things Done and its productivity system. As David Allen, the author, puts it, your brain is for having ideas, not for storing them. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. Today, I want to talk about collecting those ideas while you're on the go. When I first heard about this concept of writing everything down, getting it out of your head, it made perfect sense to me, and it seemed easy to do. I mean, I'm sitting here, in my office in front of my computer, and I have a couple of notepads with me, small ones for quick notes I make during telephone conversations, and big sheets, the big 9.5 by 11 yellow line sheets for taking notes during longer meetings. I mean, if you don't have paper around, it's going to be so much harder to get everything out of your head, right? Well, here's the issue. I get a lot of my ideas while I'm driving in my car, even taking a shower or drifting off to sleep. When I used to work across town, I'd always get a bunch of ideas during my 40-minute commute. Now, I didn't want to pull over, and I quite frankly didn't want to pull out a pad and paper and get distracted to write my ideas down. So, one of the things I would do is to use my phone and call my office line and leave a message on voicemail. So, I never even had to pick up my phone because I had one of those wired systems into my car that I could make a call. And so I would just call my office and I would listen to my opening message, just like everybody else gets. But then when it says leave a message for Dave, I would leave a message for Dave with the idea that I had or the task that I remembered that I had to do. Well, now I use Siri to send a note directly into my system. That works out very well. I do keep notebooks in the car for when I'm a passenger. And sometimes I've had an idea and I'll just say to my wife, if she's with me, hey, can you write this down for me? And then she will write it down. I try to be very careful of not being a distracted driver. Uh, Now, I have a notepad behind my bed. I have this little shelf right behind my bed, and I keep a notepad and a pencil there. And so if I get an idea while I'm kind of, just kind of drifting off to sleep, I'll just pull the pad and I'll just write a quick note, just a couple of words. Now, I will admit, there's one little tricky part to that. I mean, my writing is pretty hard to read, even when I'm paying attention. So you can only imagine when I'm drifting off to sleep that my writing's a little hard to read. And there are times I wake up in the morning and I look at that note card and I go, what in the world did I mean at midnight last night? And I also have the GTD Note Taker's wallet. They used to sell them. I'm not sure that they do anymore, but it's a very easy concept. There's just a little notepad in your wallet, built into your wallet, along with a place for a little tiny pen. And I like to just, pull that out if I have a thought, and I can and write it down. Uh, you don't need to write paragraphs whenever you're trying to capture an idea. Just a word or a phrase that will jog your memory is sufficient. Now, you might wonder why I just don't open up, Evernote on my phone and write in the idea instead of using some of these other methods. And I know people who do that. And Evernote is great. You can just open it up and type in or just open up a quick note and type in a message. But I just, this is me. I have a slight problem with that because when I do open up my phone to write something in, I think I'm sending the wrong message to the person I'm with. Now, if I'm by myself, I don't mind doing that. But if you and I are having lunch and you're talking about something and that triggers something in my mind, and I pull out my phone and I start typing in a quick note, you don't know whether or not it's something to do with our conversation or if I'm responding to a text or something like that. So that's the reason I tend not to do that. You don't know what I'm checking when I pull out my phone. And yet, if you see me writing something down on a slip of paper, well, I'm certainly not checking my email when I do that. But that's up to you. If you feel comfortable bringing out your phone to write it down, that's certainly a whole lot better than forgetting the idea. So if the basic tenet of GTD is that you need to collect 100% of your ideas, the incomplete ideas, the complex ideas, everything that comes into your head, you have to have a strategy for how you are going to write those things down. You've got to be ready to write things down instantaneously when those thoughts come into your head, because I don't know about you, sometimes those thoughts are in and out of my head in a second. So think about what strategies might work for you. More ideas for implementing GTD, as well as my occasional conversations with Dave and Alan, are coming up. So please subscribe to the series so you won't miss any of them. And if you click on the like button, it'll encourage me to do more. I'm Dave Edwards. Stay productive.